In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to long and short Bitcoin with leverage using the ByBit exchange. Now, to long is to bet that the price of Bitcoin is going to increase, to short is to bet that the price of Bitcoin is going to decrease, and leverage trading is where you are able to increase your profit potential by borrowing more than you have to trade with, but you also, of course, increase your risk of loss at the same rate that you increase your profit potential. Margin trading platforms have become incredibly popular in the last few years, and my go-to has been ByBit. Now, before I get into the tutorial of how to use the site to long and short Bitcoin and XRP and EOS and Ethereum, I wanted to mention that there is a link down below where you can sign up if you are not already a member of ByBit. It is a referral link for which I will receive a small commission at no additional cost to you. So if you find this video useful, then please consider signing up using that link. Also, you can get up to $60 free in Bitcoin to use on ByBit. More on the details of that in a minute. Because you need to hear this first before signing up, before registering. Margin trading on ByBit is risky business. You can have lots of fun. You can make really great profits by playing the markets. But, and this is a big but, you can lose all of your money. Not more than you put in, just all the money that you put in. So there's that to keep in mind. So if you do not know how to trade, then you have got no business at all using ByBit. And if you are not willing to take the time to learn to trade, then you have almost zero business trading Bitcoin without margin on a regular exchange either. So you can keep that in mind. Now, if you do not have the time to learn how to trade, that's okay. You don't need to be trading. Just go and buy and hold Bitcoin. You don't need to trade. Trading can be a lot of fun. It can be very profitable. But if you don't have the time to do it, just dollar cost average in every week and hold for the long term. This video is designed for people who already have a basic understanding of trading and who have already been trading for a while using traditional platforms like Coinbase and who now want to enter the world of margin trading. Understand that this is a high risk, but also a high reward platform. Please start using low margin like 3 or 5x. Also, for anyone wanting to get into this who is not feeling super confident, then you should actually use the test net first and practice before putting real money on the line. And as with any funds that you put towards trading, you should always assume that money to simply be spent. If you do well trading and you turn a profit, that's awesome. If you mess up and lose it, then it's okay because you have already spent that money. Never, and I mean never, put in more than you can afford to lose. There are so many sad stories about people who lost it all because they had no control over themselves and they kept revenge trading and doubling down, trying to win back their losses, etc., etc., etc. Don't be that guy or lady. Margin trading is a tool to avoid counterparty risk. It is not a license to go YOLO and be a total degenerate gambler. No, it is not. Also, if you are US based, then you need to use a VPN like NordVPN to access this site because the regulators in the land of the free have decided that you are not welcome on leverage trading platforms unless you are a rich investor using regulated exchanges on Wall Street. I will leave it up to you to decide if you think that you should be allowed to do what you want with your money or if you think that the government knows best. Also, contrary to what some may say, being able to long and short Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is actually a really healthy part of the market and speaks to the maturity of the crypto markets, and leverage trading has been a tool used by day traders in the world of traditional finance and forex and stock markets for ages. And in crypto, platforms like ByBit allow you to trade Bitcoin for Bitcoin. So that's really important. It's a good exchange to do longs on. It's a good exchange to do shorts on. And if you use low margin and practice proper risk management strategies, then you can actually have a lot of fun and it can be a healthy part of your trading game. ByBit offers what are called perpetual contracts, which allow you to keep your position open as long as you want, as opposed to a spot market, which settles immediately, or classical futures markets, which expire on a set date. So with all of that being said, let's get into the tutorial of actually how to use ByBit. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is, of course, to register an account, which is super easy to do, and then, of course, to log in. I've already done that. Now, after registering and logging in, go over to Latest Promotions. There you will be able to claim your free trading bonus. So you get a $10 bonus for retweeting over on Twitter and following ByBit's official page, and you get an extra $50 trading bonus after depositing more than 0.2 Bitcoin or 6 Ethereum or 100 EOS or 1,500 XRP. You can deposit any one of those four, but not all of those four, to get your $50 bonus. Now, these bonuses are meant to be used for trading only. They cannot be withdrawn, but you can get the free bonuses, use them to trade, and then keep the profits that you make from trading using these bonuses. Okay, so that's how you're going to get your free trading bonuses. Now let's go over here to start trading. Overall, this looks very similar to a lot of exchanges and the layout that you're kind of used to. I mean, we have here our charts, and I've got all my favorite indicators already put onto the charts, so I can just easily reference those every time that I want to look at a trade. Then, of course, we have our order book and recent trades, and where we actually do the buying and the selling. But there are some very, very key differences that make ByBit different from your average exchange, because this is a leverage trading exchange. You're trading on margin here. So the first thing I want to point out is the ByBit Price Index, which is made up of the average price on Bitstamp, Kraken, and Coinbase. The resulting price is this. This is the mark price. Essentially, this is a reflection of the real-time spot price on the major exchanges. This is the number in yellow here. Now, this number is used as the trigger for liquidations, and it is the measure for unrealized profit and loss. A liquidation, in case you are unfamiliar, is when the price of your contracts fall to the point where you lose your entire position, which is then automatically liquidated by the exchange. A problem on other platforms has been manipulation of the markets, actually forcing liquidations. ByBit's dual price mechanism protects investors from malicious liquidations, as well as reducing incentives for bad actors trying to manipulate the markets. Which brings me on to our second number here, and that is the last traded price. So that's this number just here. Now, this is ByBit's current market price. So when a liquidation is triggered, the position will be liquidated according to the last traded price. So the yellow number is the measure that is used to trigger the liquidation, and this number is the number that the liquidation will happen at. So important to keep that in mind. Now, these numbers are often a little bit different, usually about $10 to $20. You don't often see a bigger gap than that between the mark price and the last traded price, although sometimes you get a bit of a bigger deviation on those. Pro tip as well, there is a chat box down here in the bottom where you can chat in real time with the customer service. So if any of this is a bit confusing for you, then you can come down here and actually talk to somebody and they can help you out with that. Of course, the website itself has a plethora of information, lots of, in the frequently asked questions area, most everything that you need to know has been covered off. So check out there first. And if you can't get any satisfaction from that, then go and check out the chat box. Now, the probably most important thing of a margin trading platform like ByBit is going to be your leverage slider over here. Now, look. They've got very high leverage on offer. So you can do 2 or 3 or 5x leverage. That's very normal. That's chill leverage. You can do 10x. 10x is already getting up there a little bit. When you start going 25 or 50 or 100x, that's some crazy stuff. Why is that crazy? Because the more leverage you use, the more risk of liquidation you face. So you can use very small margins and still have a good profit potential and have a much, much lower risk of being liquidated. Let's give you a few examples here so you can see how it works. We're going to start off with some nice, simple 2x leverage. Here we go. We'll put in 1,000 contracts here. So we'll just click on buy long so you can see what this looks like. So you can see here, our estimated liquidation price is $7,071. Now, that's of course very different from the current mark price, which is $10,556. So you can see there is a $3,500 distance between the mark rate, which will trigger your liquidation, and your estimated liquidation price based on using this much margin. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 5x leverage and just see what our liquidation price moves up to, moving from 2x to 5x leverage. So go ahead and click on buy along there. We're now up to 8,845. So that's 5x leverage. So that's like taking, if you put 1 Bitcoin in, that's like trading with the power of 5 Bitcoin. So you're increasing your profit potential. Of course, you're also increasing your risk potential. But you can see here on a 5x, the estimated liquidation price still quite far down. I mean, if you think Bitcoin's going to move that far down, well, then maybe you want to use 4x or 3x, for example. But that's a pretty safe distance in terms of your estimated liquidation price. So that's only at 5x. Let's go ahead and look at 10x and get an idea of how fast this starts actually moving up. So now we're up to $9,653 for our liquidation price, which is only a $900 drop. I mean, that could very easily happen. So if you're going to be entering on a 10x trade, you better be gosh darn sure that you think the market's going up. Or if you're shorting the market, of course, the market's going down. It's a different metric, of course. And then let's look at 100x just so you get an idea of how incredibly risky 100x trading is. Just because it is on offer does not mean that you should be using it. So go ahead and click on buy long here. Our liquidation price is $10,517. So that's only $37 away from the current mark price. $37, Bitcoin can do that in like a minute. You can lose all your money just like that. So that is why you don't really have any business using 100x leverage. That's the crazy stuff, guys. Keep it chill, keep the leverage low. You can do very successful trading with low leverage. Also, if you want to enter a custom amount, come over here and click on the little pencil and you can just do, let's say you want to do 4x. Then you can just do that and click on the little green thing there and boom, now you got 4x leverage. In case you're like, 3's not enough, but 5's too much, well then there's 4 for you. So now I'm going to show you how to open up a long. So there's a few different ways you can do this. Obviously, you can do it with a limit order. That is where you set a specific price. Now, this is best if you want to really make sure you're getting a specific entry into the market, or if you're trading with a larger volume of Bitcoin and you want to avoid any potential slippage. Now, the limit option also has what is called post only, which is where you're able to get a market maker rebate. A little bit more on that in a few minutes. And there's also the reduce only option. So the limit order is a lot more customizable, especially if you're trading with any kind of larger amounts. You may really want to consider doing limit orders. Me, I tend not to make, gigantic trades over here on ByBit. I'm usually looking at a few $100s or a little bit more, maybe $1,000 or so for a trade. And so I come over here and I usually just do market orders. So this is obviously the best price for the orders at the current rates, and it's totally fine for making smaller trades. Then, of course, there are conditional orders here as well, where you can set different trigger prices and things like that. But we're going to be making a market order. So we're going to do a 5x, and I'll show you how to do a long buy and how to do a short buy as well. So the more you change your margin, the more you're able to trade in terms of buying contracts. Every contract is valued at $1. So every contract's valued at $1. So if you look here, and right now I'm using 5x leverage, so it's like I'm trading with almost 1 Bitcoin actually. So if I wanted to, I could actually take out $10,000 and it would just be enough with the current Bitcoin that I have in here. So it'd be like I'm trading with 0.94 Bitcoin. I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna keep it simple here, and we'll do $100 long. So we're gonna put $100 in here, and we're gonna click buy long. So you can see the take profit and the stop loss. They're already, it's so easy to use. I almost always just do simple sets like this, unless of course I'm looking at it and saying, well, there's a support level there or resistance level there or whatever it might be, then I'll perhaps adjust a little bit. But usually this is a pretty good way just to come in and very quickly set up the trades. So you can just see here as an example, we're using 5x. So if I want to get 100% of my money that I'm putting in back, I've got to wait until Bitcoin reaches $13,215. So that's quite a long time. Now, if I'm waiting for it to get a 50% profit, so half of the money that I'm putting in, that I'm actually putting in, not just the extra stuff that I'm trading with here, but the actual money that I'm putting in, then I can actually get half of my total order value at $11,747. Then, of course, we can set a stop loss. Since we're only using 5x leverage, our liquidation price, $8,851. So I've got a lot of leeway here. So if I wanted to say, for example, well, I'm willing to take a 25% loss here. So I'm not going to go all the way down to a liquidation price, but I'm going to use a stop loss. And so the stop loss then is set at $10,069. So that means if I think Bitcoin's going to keep going up, then I can fairly safely get in and say, hey, you know what, I don't think we're going on 10,000 anytime soon. I feel like we're going to go up and, blast past $11,000, and I'm going to get my order filled here so I can actually do that. And then we can go ahead and click confirm, and that order will be created. So now we can come down here and see where the order is. So we can see I bought 100 contracts for Bitcoin USD. That's my liquidation price. That is the price that I bought my contracts at. This is the margin that I'm using here in my unrealized profits and losses. It hasn't really moved yet as such, so that it hasn't really given me any profits or losses to speak of yet. Now, if I want to close out that order, so if I want to adjust the order, obviously I've already set it. I'm just sitting back and waiting now, basically. But let's say that it moves up a bit and I want to adjust my stop loss. Well, I can very easily do that by clicking on the little pencil here, and we can just adjust the stop loss and say, hey, you know what, I want the stop loss now to be at, so I can just adjust my stop loss here and say I want it to be at $10,200. For example. So if the price moves up a little bit, then I can move my stop loss up to catch that, as an example. And of course, you can also adjust your take profit as you move up too. So it's pretty customizable in that way. You can also choose to close your order by a limit order, or you can choose to close your order at the current market rate. So I'll just go ahead and close my order at the current market rate here real quick. Go ahead and confirm that. Great. Great. I think I made 32 Satoshis on that deal. Fantastic. Now, if you want to check your order history as well, you can come here and check this out. It says the order history of me buying and selling 100 contracts. You can also look at the filled orders and the active and your closed profit and loss. Oh, great, I made 313 Satoshis on that deal. But making the big money here, guys, making the big money. But that's just an example for you. See, I got a few other trades going there as well. I tend not to do massive trades, and I really am very patient with my trades over here on ByBit. I don't feel a need to overtrade. I just sit back and relax. Okay, now I want to show you how to short the market. So this is if you're looking at the market and you go, man, it's oversold, the price is gonna go back down. Well, in that situation, you can short the market so you will make money as the market goes down. A lot of people, for example, were doing this during 2018. The market kept going down, 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 and people were shorting the market the whole way down. So if you click over here on sell short, again, we're only buying $100 worth of contracts at 5x leverage, and we're going to click on sell short. So here our take profit, you will see, is a lower number. So we're looking to get a lower number. We're thinking Bitcoin's going to go down, 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 down. And so in that situation, we are looking to get a lower number. So that is why the position will be closed at a lower number than the current market rate, because we're betting that the price is going to go down. And conversely, with our stop loss, again, we'll do a 25% stop loss. Our stop loss is at a higher price, so $11,128. So if the market goes up to $11,128, our stop loss hits and we lose a bit of money. But if it goes down to $8,810, our take profit hits and we make some money. So let's go ahead and confirm that. And that's been filled. Fantastic. And again, you can see the order down here in your open positions. And again, we'll just go ahead and close that out real quick at the market rate. See here, I'm losing a little bit of money this time, 750 Satoshis, but that's okay. I just want to show you guys how you open a long, open a short, and of course close them if you want to close them at the current rates. And one final word here before we look at some of the other markets available here on ByBit is use that stop loss, guys. Honestly, that stop loss has saved me a lot of times in terms of protecting my capital, and also moving that stop loss up to capture profits when my position starts moving has also really helped me to lock in profits when trading over here on ByBit. So make sure that you are using that function when trading. The last thing you want to do is get your entire position liquidated because you didn't set up a gosh darn stop loss. So make sure you're using one. So anyway, that is how you long and you short Bitcoin over here on ByBit. However, you can also long and short XRP and EOS and Ethereum. Now you can just deposit any of those assets directly, or you can just deposit Bitcoin and then swap your Bitcoin for another one of those assets using the asset exchange to convert freely between Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, and XRP. Now I'll show you how to do that. So if you click on My Assets, and you click on Asset Exchange, and then you choose what assets you want to switch over to. And it's pretty quick to do here. So we can, for example, do 0.01 Bitcoin, get my quote, and convert over to Ethereum. And there you go. It is very, very quick. So we can come over here and click on Ethereum. So you got your Bitcoin perpetual contracts, your Ethereum, your EOS, and your XRP perpetual contracts. You can come over here and click on Ethereum. You can see that Ethereum's already been added to my balance. I already had a little bit in there from playing around before. So again, you come over here and buy, long, or sell short for your Ethereum or your XRP or your EOS. Then, of course, if you are only focused on getting more Bitcoin, which I know is the game for most of you, so maybe you want to come over here and you want to short Ethereum, you want to short XRP. Well, then after you're done making your profits, shorting those different cryptocurrencies, then you can convert your profits back into Bitcoin. Or conversely, if you're over here playing and you're short an XRP, but you want to get more Ethereum, well, you can very easily convert your profits from your XRP shorting or longing back into Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, it'd be great to see a dollar wallet here on ByBit, and actually really just more cryptocurrencies supported overall. I'd love to see like Cardano on here, for example, and a couple other cryptocurrencies. But you have to keep in mind that ByBit is still relatively new compared to some of the more established players, so I would expect to see these additional features coming in time. Also, the withdrawal times on ByBit are a bit slow, but this is actually a security thing, so you definitely can't fault them for that. Now, in order to keep your funds safe, ByBit uses a hierarchical deterministic cold wallet system, basically storing all of your assets, and thus they do manual withdrawals that are processed 3 times a day. So you will always get your crypto out on the same day, but it's not instantaneous. ByBit also has really good liquidity for, I guess, everybody but super mega whales who might need BitMEX, which does have a bit higher liquidity. But I mean, just look at the 24-hour turnover here. That is certainly enough liquidity to keep most people going. I mean, that's 500,000 Ethereum. Come over here and look at Bitcoin and 90,000 Bitcoin. Again, unless you're a super whale, ByBit is definitely going to be more than sufficient for you. And before I finish up, just a quick word on fees as well. So ByBit charges 0.075% for all of its different contracts for taker fees. Makers, on the other hand, actually get a rebate back on their fees. So they get 0.025% back in terms of a rebate. So that is pretty cool. That is, of course, rewarding the people who are actually there providing liquidity for the market. And a final note, guys, ByBit is definitely not a bank. Do not leave loads of cryptocurrency sitting around over here. Only what you are using to trade with on any given day. And when you get those profits, withdraw those profits back to your cold storage. Okay, this is definitely not a bank. This is a place where you can trade using leverage. And that's how easy it is to long and to short Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies using leverage on ByBit. Make sure to register using the link down below to get your sign up bonuses. And I will include a link down below where you can register for a separate testnet account. But if you want to just get straight in and start trading and skip over the testnet, then please start small. Use those trading bonuses that they give you for the sign up. That $10 bonus and that $50 bonus, they can only be used on the platform for trading anyway. So use them. And please always use low margin. There is no reason to be using super high leverage. And only put in just a little bit until you actually feel comfortable using the platform. There is zero rush to start trading today. In fact, patience is one of the keys of successful cryptocurrency trading. Just chill and wait for those opportunities. Anyway, guys, I hope this tutorial was super useful for you. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comment section. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell. If you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.